It wasn't until I had my own apartment and did my own, like just had my own place that I realized when I started buying Tide Pods, like, man, I can see why people want to eat these. I mean, have you ever held a Tide Pod?
Yeah, they've got such a weird texture. I wouldn't want to put it
I
in my
love
mouth.
it's just like you want to know how it feels in your mouth. You got to know the mouthfeel.
No.
They're no different than the little Cascade, like dishwasher things.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what do those taste like, Jeff?
The Cascade Challenge.
I like the crunchy.
Welcome to Tutor I Hardly Know, or the show that gives kids bad ideas.
Don't do drugs.
Or Tide
Don't
Pods.
do Tide Pods.
Don't do Tide Pods.
How you guys doing?
We're doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you guys end up finishing Game of Thrones?
Yes, we did.
To date this episode, this is recorded the week after the series finale of Game of Thrones.
Duh. Now what do we do? Now what does the world do? How do we move on from such a...
Oh, I started watching Barry. That show's fucking great.
I like that show a lot.
Jeff likes that.
Barry's really good.
I've heard good things about it, but I just wasn't... It was okay. I liked the first couple episodes, but they were okay.
Anyway.
So,
Did you guys have I ever done my Jon Snow impression for you guys?
no.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. My girlfriend loves this one. Okay. I don't want it, Danny. You're my queen.
All right. Quit your job. You need to become a Jon Snow impersonator for your career.
Or Shrek. One of those.
Okay, let's see if I can really do it. Okay. I don't want it, Danny. You are my queen. That's still too much like Scotsman.
There's a little bit of Scotsman in
Oh,
there.
Danny. Oh, bunny lass.
Danny boy. Anyway,
I liked it though.
have I done my brand for you guys?
Squeaky, squeaky, squeak.
Hey. Oh. I'll see you guys later. Are you gonna install some ramps around Winterfell? That would be cool.
All right, this is my brand.
That was spot on, Jeff.
I just awkwardly stare.
That was
pretty good.
spot on.
Little creeper. Anyway, let's get back to some tutor talk.
Okay, I can do that.
Also, wait. First of all, did you guys like the ending?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I didn't have any issues.
I'm really excited to read the books whenever they're done.
Oh yeah.
But I still thought the show was fine.
I wasn't one of those people who was bitching about every new episode that's coming out this season. I liked it. I was fine with everything.
Yeah.
There's some problems, but I feel like overall it's
Just
not
no
the
rush,
worst
that's
thing in
all.
the world.
Yeah.
Definitely rushed.
That's really what the main critique of mine was.
It's not the end of the world. It is what it is.
I know, now that Game of Thrones is done, we're probably gonna try to watch some episodes of the Spanish Princess.
Yes.
The one,
Oh, yeah.
the one that's on Stars. So we're gonna try. We finally managed to get a way to watch the show, so we'll try to do that here soon.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Although my mom is like one of my resources for TV shows and historical entertainment. Oh, speaking of historical entertainment, the Downton Abbey movie trailer came out today. I'm pumped. But
What is that show about?
British.
That
just
means nothing to me.
rich British.
Give me like a good synopsis of like just an overall plot of the show. Like what's it
a
about?
wealthy Edwardian landowning family. Not Edwardian, sorry. A wealthy landowning family in Britain in the early 1900s learn how to cope with the changes to their social structure after World War I.
Okay.
And then you kind of see also how their relationships are with the downstairs people, the servants.
The people Downton.
The I swear I thought it was Downtown Abbey for like
Oh, everyone did.
Oh yeah,
for like 2 years. I was like, wait,
I thought that's what the show was.
there's no W in the end.
Watch out for the sequel, Uptown Alley.
Uptown Alley. Anyway, historical stuff. My mom and I were talking about this because she's watched a couple episodes of The Spanish Princess, and she said it's just okay. And she's like, I don't understand why. I'm like,
Is your mom as tuned into history as you?
Yes.
Does she get as much out of it as you do?
yes.
Okay.
Mom and I talk all the time about history. We recommend books and shows to each other. We both, like, I'm very much like her in that regard. In fact, a lot of regards. But
I mean, from what I saw, I wasn't expecting really much from it.
I'm not expecting a ton of historical accuracy, but I'll save my judgment till after I watch it. So, we're going to watch that soon. And potentially do Patreon episodes. Garrett, maybe?
Oh, yeah. So, I was going to save that for the end, but let's
I'm
bring it up
sorry.
now. So,
Jeff, cut this and put it at the end.
No.
I'll bring it up naturally at the end. I don't want to. I want to get to the show, and I want
Okay.
people to enjoy that gooey beginning part before we get.
Speaking of gooey, let's talk about Anne Boleyn's beheading.
Oh God.
So okay.
People in the front, you will get wet.
What a segue. Yes, we are continuing Anne Boleyn month because it is her death anniversary. And so we're going to continue talking about Anne Boleyn all month
All
long.
right.
Or until I run out of things to talk about.
Which
Hint.
you won't.
That's never going to happen. So today we're going to talk about what happened after she lost her head.
She died.
The end. Episode done.
I mean, does anybody really know?
Yes.
Your head
Kind
stays
of.
alive for a few seconds, and you can still blink and stuff.
Her
but
body
that's
ran
about
around
it.
like a chicken.
They just play the Benny Hill theme.
Catch that corpse!
Yep, that's
Show
pretty much
title
what happened.
right there. Catch that
Catch
corpse.
that corpse. We got it. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
You ready to hear some tutors? Some tutors? Okay, so when Henry VIII decapitated his second wife that he completely changed religions for,
Not worth.
totally not worth it. So our friend Henry decided to be very nice, and he brought in a professional to chop off his wife's head instead of, just giving a guy on the street an axe, which fairly positive is what happened with Margaret Pole, but that's another story. So she had a private execution in which 1,000 people attended. So
It was the gala event of the season.
it was like the Met Gala of 1536.
Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Joan Rivers was still alive back then.
Oh my God. Yeah. She only had a little bit of work done.
So Anne had 4 ladies with her in her last days, serving her in the Tower. And those 4 ladies went with her to the scaffold. They were not decapitated, but they were, they didn't really have a nice job. They were stuck with cleanup. So, Anne didn't really have so much of a burial as she did a disposal. Although Henry had planned almost everything about her decapitation, including what cloth would be on the scaffold. After that, he was like, and then just do the fuck whatever. I don't give a shit. So no plans were made for burying her. So her ladies had to cover her head in a white cloth, and her body was undressed and wrapped in a special waxy cloth. It was like a burial shroud. Please note, Jeff, I want to be buried in a waxy cloth.
Just wax paper?
Yes. In honor of...
We've got saran wrap. Does that work?
Press and seal.
I want the press and seal. And then...
I want to be mummified, but I need to do it on a budget.
Okay, wait. No, I want press and seal, but then they have to pay for my funeral. Because I'm giving them that advertising opportunity.
Mummified on a budget is just getting a bunch of old newspapers and doing paper mache on you.
It's
Here
the
we
kindergarten
honor
project.
the life. We honor the life of one Emily Simpson. Brought to you by Cling Wrap.
Verizon Wireless presents.
You don't notice the smell.
You know we joke about this, but that is
Stays
totally gonna
fresh
start
for
happening in
up
the
to
future.
30 days.
Like, we're going to be buried in coffins that look like fucking NASCARs. Like,
Look, funerals are fucking expensive.
That
If I could save somebody I loved a lot of money if they just stuck the name Starbucks on my coffin.
there was a video game some time back where if you got the game's logo on your tombstone, they would pay for your burial and
I mean, I
headstone
would
and
have done
everything.
it. What
I mean,
game
what do you
was it?
care?
Was
You're
it
dead.
Left 4 Dead?
I think it was like an old 64 game. I can't remember.
Oh my god.
I mean, I would have done it. Like, I don't give a shit.
Was it Superman the game?
You also get buried with all the carts. Anyway,
Back to the saran-wrapped body of Anne Boleyn. Because Henry was such a kind guy, he didn't provide a coffin, and so they had to kind of grab the equivalent of a FedEx box. They found a recent shipment of bow staves, don't know what those are, that had recently been sent to the tower, dumped out the goodies, and then just plopped her body right in there. She had her body without the head stuffed in there. And then because it wasn't meant for holding people, they had to tuck her head under her arm.
Here, hold this.
Then I was funny when I wrote this.
I imagine a comedy of errors type thing where they're like, oh, she won't fit, and Henry's going to be here any minute. He wants her packed, and they have to like chop her body up and play Tetris with her body, and it's just very slapstick, goofy.
I mean, some of it's very slapstick. Well, then she was taken by special delivery to the tower.
Oh god.
Sorry, I couldn't resist it. But like that just got me thinking of like Bugs Bunny with an Acme package on the back of his
Your body
motorcycle.
here in 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
So her body was taken in the FedEx box to the Tower's Chapel, which is St. Peter ad Vincula. What do you guys think that's Latin for?
What was it again?
St. Peter ad Vincula.
It sounds like a vampire villain.
Vincula. I don't know.
Blah.
It's St. Peter in chains.
I love that band.
Yeah.
That was a great one. So she was kind of plopped in a shallow grave and left at the altar. But, so wait, hold on, guys. She was executed at 9 a.m., but because of the non-existent planning, she actually wasn't buried until later that afternoon. Yeah, and her poor 4 servants were left doing most of it. Like, wash the dead body, take off the dead body's clothes.
Like, hey, if you were really her friends, you would, prepare her for burial. Just saying.
I love everybody, but everybody that I am talking to right now, but I would not prepare any of you guys for that
Emily,
shit.
if you're not going to embalm me when I'm dead, then we're not even friends.
I'm sorry. Okay, wait. What if I just like dump you in some sort of container and then find some sort of embalming fluid to use on you? Can I just do I have to do the whole embalming process? Can I
Tell you
cheat?
what, if you get me stuffed at a taxidermist and you just put me in one of those like positions people put like scary bears in, I'm like, rawr. That's what I want.
Okay, but what if I wanted a Garrett rug?
You could do that too.
Okay, cool. That's happening.
It'd be like one of those like hallway rugs though. It wouldn't be very wide.
It's a
Yeah,
runner.
it's more like a shawl that you just throw over yourself when it's a little bit chilly out.
Fur is murder. Garrett is fashion.
Friends is murder.
I was say there's not much fur on this one.
Yes.
I'll be sure to not shave.
Perfect. Thank you. So after Anne was decapitated and unceremoniously tossed into a hole in the ground, all of her clothes were given to the executioner because it was part of his payment. Which, remember how
And,
expensive...
he liked wearing women's clothing. Nothing wrong with that.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. And then all of her belongings were given to the constable of the tower who had, kind of maintained upkeep of her royal highness. But the council, Henry's council, was like, yeah, we don't want any of that shit out there. We're gonna buy it all back from you. So they paid like £100 and got all of Anne's goodies back. So there are a couple more things
How
that.
to give him to the next wife?
Well, he did that with her jewelry.
I think I remember you telling us that.
So, and that's a good point. So Anne Boleyn had this famous necklace. It was her letter B necklace, and it's a pearl rope with a letter B hanging from it, and then 3 pearl drops hanging from the B.
That is so gaudy and tacky that I would imagine that was something made for fiction. But no, that is totally real.
Nope, it's totally real. It actually existed. I desperately.
Did she also have one of those bracelets where it's like different dice with all the letters of her name?
Yes. Yes, it did. No, so she had this famous necklace. It appeared in a lot of portraits of her, or at least the portraits that exist, and then the copies of the portraits that existed. But there's nobody that's really sure what exactly happened to that necklace. Some believe it was hidden and later given to her daughter Elizabeth. I don't know who the fuck would have been close enough with her to hide it and then give it to her Elizabeth, but that's one of the rumors. Another rumor is that Henry VIII. Another rumor is that some of the pearls are actually in the imperial state crown of Queen Elizabeth II. So the current queen has some of those pearls in her crown. Once again, just a rumor. What likely happened was that Henry VIII, our very kind, sweet Henry VIII, had the jewelry melted down and torn apart and remade for Jane, or Anne, or Catherine, So, waste not, want not. It's possible Anne was even buried next to her brother. Sorry, this goes away from the jewelry thing. Back to her.
Maybe
being
Henry
buried.
filed the edges down to make like an 8, kind of.
I'm a pretty girl. He's just wearing Anne's jewelry. She never let me wear it before. Here you go.
That's the whole reason he killed her. Wanted to wear her jewelry.
Look, Anne, you have to learn to share.
It's my turn now.
No. Mine. She's needy. So during Queen Victoria's reign in the 1800s, late 1800s, she approved for the restoration of St. Peter ad Vincula, and that included the excavation and identification of some of the remains left. So this was kind of difficult because people wouldn't stop killing each other in the 16th and 17th centuries. So they needed a place to take the bodies, so they just kind of kept dumping them on top of each other in the chapel. And then on top of that,
Someone will take care of this.
the chapel went from like a royal residence to the neighborhood grave. So the staff of the tower would be buried in there. The neighbors in the streets around the corner would be buried from there. So there were a lot of just random bones that didn't actually matter. So they did look where Anne Boleyn was supposed to be buried, and they found a lead coffin with the remains of a woman from 1750. I would like to know why her coffin was lead. What the fuck did she die of? And please don't open it for the love of God, or you'll release the curse
Henry
of the
was
mummy.
also scared of vampires.
No, the lead was to keep radiation from getting into the coffin, so she doesn't come back to life as a radioactive monster.
Radioactive.
That, or she couldn't get radio signals in there.
Beep. So archaeologists ended up finding they found a shit ton of bones, but one of the ones they found, they believed to have been Anne Boleyn's bones based on descriptions of Anne Boleyn that matched the characteristics of the skeleton. Alison Weir, a historian, she said she doesn't believe them to be Anne's because of reasons. Mostly because the skeleton was said to have a square jaw, and Anne Boleyn, the verified pictures of Anne Boleyn have a pointed chin, and the skeleton had a short, thin neck, whereas Anne was declared to have had a long, thin neck. So she doesn't think it was Anne. She actually thinks those
Well, of course
bones
the
are.
neck's not going to be very long. It was cut off.
Maybe she's like a dinosaur. Like, you know how most dinosaurs are just like random dinosaur parts put together? Like, yeah, this is a brontosaurus.
This is an Anosaurus.
Yeah, that works. I'm going
This
on
is the
lunch.
Balloonosaurus Rex.
I'm imagining Sam Neill holding like her finger bone and torturing some little fat kid.
Except the funny part is Sam Neill played Wolsey.
You see, Anne Boleyn begins to eat you while you're still alive.
Perfect.
And,
For everyone who hates when we go off on weird tangents, you're
Fuck
going to
you.
hate this episode.
and then from the sides, 2 other Annes you didn't know were there.
Slices.
2 other Catherines you didn't even know.
2 other Boleyns you didn't know were there.
Oh my god.
We're delightful. Anyway, my cheeks hurt. So the bones that they found, Alison Weir thinks they're actually Catherine Howard's or Jane Boleyn's. However, there's the
Well, it can't be
idea.
Anne, so it must be one of the other wives, clearly.
Well, it wouldn't be Jane Seymour because Henry was like,
Or it was just a
well,
random
she-
peasant who just died
It could have been
there.
a random peasant. They actually don't think Catherine Howard's bones survived because there was lime mixed in the soil, and
Ooh.
Catherine's bones were really young because she was like 17 years old when Henry lopped off her head. So her bones probably would have like turned into dust.
I was thinking the fruit line when you said that.
No,
She had a lot of margaritas in her.
she just wants to party.
She was a party girl.
Yeah.
Catherine just wants to party
I just want to dance.
and just want to dance.
Harry, I want to dance.
So the bones that they kind of sort of identified were reburied, and a marble marker was set in the floor to name or with the arms of all of the people that were buried there. So like it was a fucking lot because remember Henry liked to cut people's heads off. There are some rumors that Anne was secretly reburied afterwards, like shortly afterwards by family. That's not really supported by anything. There's another rumor that her heart was secretly ripped out of her fucking chest and then
Kalima.
yeah, and then that only the heart was reburied in St. Mary the Virgin Church, but neither of those are very likely. So, that is my ending. I don't have a good ending, sorry.
I mean, it was
Oh.
a good ending for her.
It was not a happy ending.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I thought it would be fascinating.
I never did actually think about like what they did with the bodies after the beheading, like immediately after, especially with like someone like Anne Boleyn.
Dump them in a
See,
hole.
I just assumed that like all these people who lived so long ago and like had like grave markers or were buried in specific places, like just no one knows where they are because it was so long ago and people keep building things and just tearing shit down and weathering, but
Like Richard III found underneath a car park.
You didn't move the
yeah.
bodies.
You didn't move the bodies. Look, if we go to England, everywhere we go, it's going to be haunted.
That's why it's so haunted.
Like, the island is probably like 100 feet higher just because they're building everything on top of all the
just
skeletons.
remember, there's always gonna be way more dead people than alive.
Oh, that's such a joy. So I don't. So the Catherine Howard party girl comment got me thinking. 2 of our listeners told me about this play in London called Six. I believe it's called Six, and it is a musical about Henry's 6 wives.
Huh.
is it a rap musical like Hamilton?
I think it's a little. I mean, the music isn't rap necessarily. I don't really know, but apparently
that.
the Anne of Cleves is fucking hilarious. So I'm dying
They
to
just
go
bring a
see
horse
it.
on stage.
Shut the fuck.
I think
they
that-
just bring
that
Sarah
the-
Jessica Parker on stage.
Oh,
I can't remember which listener it was that sent that to us, but I think I saw that it's coming to Chicago.
What?
Jesus.
I did not know this. Research. I
I
have
mean,
baby. I can't.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting my phone out to check some things. One, I'm just checking to see if anyone on Facebook has been asking questions or not.
So Jeff, you look Facebook. Garrett, you look to see if it's coming to Chicago.
It is.
When?
Let's find out. It says Aragon, Boleyn, Seymour, Cleves, Howard, Parr, Six, Divorce, Beheaded, live in concert.
Oh my god, I need it. When is it?
Let's find out. Ticket info. This is fun podcasting.
Dude. Okay, but I have to go buy my tickets soon. Bleep all of this information out. I don't want any of these fuckers getting my Chicago tickets. Sorry, guys.
Let's see. May 28th.
Of this year? Wait,
Let's find out.
that's like in 7 days.
7 days.
Jeez, I'm not prepared for this.
Let's find out.
Please be next year. Please be next year. Please be next year.
May 14th to June 30th.
Of this year?
Yes, this year. Sorry. It's at the Yard at Chicago Shakespeare.
Okay, I'm calling my mom like as soon as this is over. I'm so excited.
ChicagoShakes.com.
Okay. Oh my god.
And if you do, like, let me know because I might tag along with you because Chicago's like an hour away.
Yes.
And
5,000
it'd be
times
funny
yes.
for us three to go anyways to see it.
Oh yeah, we do a live review. Oh, that'd
Okay,
be
wait.
dope.
Okay, wait. I have to go with my mom first, and then the three of us go, like same day.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff and I will fuck off in Chicago.
You guys fuck
I
off
mean,
in
I'm fine with
Chicago with
that.
the baby. Me
Wait.
and mom. Yeah. No, sorry. Fine. My brothers can babysit. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. I'm calm
It
now.
looks like I don't know what happened. I don't know how this is gonna get cut, but it looks like Emily's going to see Six, maybe.
Like hyperventilating. I'm so excited.
So yeah, is that everything we got?
Jeff said he thought we had a question.
I was just checking Facebook and I didn't see anything recent by anyone. Like,
No.
I don't have Twitter, so I can't check that.
There's been nothing on Twitter involving questions. I've been talking to a new listener.
Someone did say they do listen to us on Pocket Cast. That's apparently one way they
I had
find
no
us.
clue
Because
that was a thing.
we were curious about like where do people even find us? Because there's now Spotify and there's iTunes and then what was the other one
Stitcher.
Stitcher. But
Seeing our faces on Spotify was really surreal.
Wait, are they our actual faces?
no,
it's
it's
the
the artwork.
logo of the show, but
Oh, I haven't looked it up. I'm gonna do that.
it's
But
cool. It's-
yeah, so
it
Pocket
says-
Cast is another place you can listen to us.
So
What's that?
yeah, like everywhere.
So thank you, Eb.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Uh,
Hey, so we might have talked about this a little bit earlier. We might have teased it a little bit, but yeah. So we've been thinking about maybe possibly starting a Patreon for this show.
Duh.
So basically, it's tough because we know that it's been tough for us to record episodes, and it's been tough for you guys, just waiting for weeks for new episodes.
Blame the baby.
I feel like yeah,
It's
and
Evelyn's
there's a baby and life, and thanks a lot, Evelyn.
she
but
just
no,
flipped you off.
And so how I think we want to do this is I would probably want to set up a Patreon for the show, and at the beginning, strictly, if you feel like the show is worth anything, it'd be cool if you donated $1 or whatever you think. What the hell was that?
That was the baby.
Okay. If you wanted to give something to us, that'd be cool. If not, we're not gonna lock this podcast away from you.
No.
we're not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do that.
like our normal episodes, like we're doing, like these will still always happen.
But
Those will
we
always be
don't know-
free.
We don't really know when we're going to start pumping out some bonus episodes or what we're going to do for that. So it's something we're still talking about, and we'll figure out tiers and things
if
like
you have
that.
ideas of stuff, or if you're interested in it,
And we might not even do this at all. If you guys are like, no, we don't want to hear you talk about your fucking your Patreon all the time. First of all, we're not going to talk about it all the time. We're not going to pressure you guys into doing that. Just
yeah, really.
And I feel like if we were making even just a little bit of money for this, if we were like, hey, people are giving us money, it'll
if
definitely
anything,
incentivize us to keep
it just helps us also
a
maintain
schedule.
it because it does cost money to put these on the internet.
yeah.
Just a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
We have been
But-
thinking about some additional content we can provide that would be doable for Patreon supporters. So that is on our minds. But if y'all aren't interested and it's not something you'd care enough to look into, then let's not even worry about it. So kind of give us your feedback, social media,
Do
Twitter,
Yeah, and
Facebook, all that
I'm
stuff.
thinking of like things we could offer, like, hey, if you donate like $1 or $2, like I'll read your name out at the end of the episode, or if you want to like sponsor an episode, we'll like give you like some like ad copy if you want like 30 seconds to talk about
Your own
whatever
podcast
you want,
or
your own podcast, a business, whatever. We don't know. Again, we want to hear from you guys because, this is just as much your podcast as it is ours.
Yeah, and we pitched ideas. Like one idea we have would be like recording more commentary episodes. Like we watch either
the Tudor
Tudor show,
White Queen,
movies
White Princess.
with the new Spanish Princess out. Maybe we might do some episodes. Well,
One idea we had was Garrett and Jeff watch movies that are about the Tudors and then do commentary / reviews on them.
yeah. So with it'd be things like that. I mean, we'll
So-
still have our episodes where we'll like either talk about movies or talk about books and things like that. Still do our normal episodes, but then that might just be additional fun stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So-
I know Emily's talked about doing her book review thing
Yeah.
where it's just her. I don't know if that's part of the normal podcast or what you want
I'd
to do with that, but
No, I'd like to do it as a Patreon thing.
But we want to hear from you guys because we like appreciate how long a lot of you have been sticking with us and a lot of the new people who's been finding us. And we want to give as much as we can to you.
Yep. We still love doing the podcast and we love you guys. So
yeah, this is like one of the best episodes we've recorded in a while, I think. Like,
I
I was laughing
agree.
my ass off. And Boleyn as a fucking Jurassic Park raptor will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Now I want that artwork.
Like, I'm seeing her with like the like raptor eyes and her chasing those kids down in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I just want to see a raptor wearing like a Tudor gown and the headpiece.
Oh, fucking somebody, please. Somebody with more talent than any of us, please.
Hey, wait, that
Please.
actually got me thinking. One of our listeners sent me this really cool shirt she made the other day, and I know we've kind of floated the idea before, but would anybody be interested in something simple like t-shirts or tote bags? Also, let us know about that. Obviously, all these things wouldn't happen at the exact same time, but maybe it's something
We're
we
also
can start
thinking about
researching.
doing like a special thing with MeUndies where it's just mine and Emily's face on your underwear.
One per cheek, and then Jeff is Nick Cage on the front.
Oh God.
Just the fly in front. That's a little. That's okay.
All right, good night, everybody.
Find people find us.
You can find us on Facebook at Tudor I Hardly Know Her. You can find us on Twitter at Tudor Know Her. Rate and review us on iTunes. I don't think there's a way to do that on any of the other podcasting things, but
I don't know.
find the link and send it to your grandma through email. Please don't share it with your grandma. Please don't do that to the poor old lady. But maybe your friends who are like-minded, foul-mouthed historians, share it with them. That's it, right?
Yep. Go on Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, message us, ask us questions, talk to us. We like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
And so until next time.
Divorce,
Divorce,
beheaded,
beheaded,
died.
Divorce,
Divorce, beheaded,
beheaded,
survived.
survived.
Goodbye.
Acting, thank you.